because I did a live yesterday on Substack and they don't have the horizontal setting yet. So I had to turn my phone. How is everybody this morning? As you can hear, I have a lovely morning voice. We are here an hour early because I have to take my daughter somewhere early this morning. So I figured I would do it rather than get behind and then have to do it later. I'm up anyway, so I'm gonna see who is on this morning and get started. C, hi C. I kind of knew somebody was gonna be awake, and I had a feeling that it could be you, C. I also have to. I needed an alarm reminder because I have to just take Piper out quickly at 6:30. But yeah. Okay, so yesterday I did this on my Instagram, on my Substack Live. It's a lot. On my Substack Live because I wanted to add to my 100-day Mexico project. So, but there's a few things that I want to correct, like her hand. Well, I'm not going to do it today, but I think I may just take it away completely. And I can just show you what I will do. So I'm going to just take this here and pull that around here and this here, and then I'll make this into flowers and then this into flowers as well. I don't love the arms, so I'm going to be changing that. Yesterday we did Poppy, the day before we did Vita. These are all available for you to have a look and see them live. These two, I think I did my sister, I painted my sister or drew my sister on Monday and my mom last Friday. So they were on Zoom. I may have time lapses of them, I'm not 100% sure. And then Creasa, my friend Creasa, who's a gardener, I did her last Thursday. C says, I just saw the live 2 minutes ago. Love your shirt sleeve. Thank you. I'm wearing a little bit of color today. I know a lot of times I wear just like black. Okay, let's get started. We need to get this finished and then I need to get out of here. And I need a piece of paper. Not that I need to rush it or anything. Am I a bit skew-whiffy? I think I'm a bit skew-whiffy. Hang on, let's sort this out. And then I'll show you who I'm going to be drawing today. Is that? No, that. It's because this tin is a little bit off as well. And I think my paper is skew-whiffy. That doesn't help either. Okay. So, I told you that I was going to draw a few more friends as well as people that everybody knows. And who I am going to be drawing today is this lovely lady. You would love her. She is, her name is Alicia Blas, and I met her in San Miguel de Allende. She came in. I'll tell you the story as I start sketching, but so I'm going to draw this image of her, but I think I may put those glasses on because they're so fun. I do like the floppy hat as well. So she kind of gave me a few pictures, and I do love that shirt, but I want to see what flowers we've got for today. So, so we have today for our flowers. Oh, so pretty. So we have Carolyn's. I tried to move these, but I'm not going to bother because I need something for her shirt, and then I think I need something definitely for the background. So I think I'm going to put these, which are Lou's pictures, on her shirt, and then I'll put the irises in the background. So I think we're good. So I'm gonna get Alicia, I'm gonna get her all drawn out, and I'm gonna show you her Instagram page because, see, you being a gardener, I think you will really like it. She's actually she landscapes, so she does landscape gardening, but she is a real character, and I love, you may even follow her already. Hi, Nick. So this is Alicia Blas from Firmly Planted, and she's so fun, and I met her in San Miguel de Allende. I was having a coffee. Here, let me go back to the pictures that I'm going to be using because I need to try and get them all sketched. I was having a coffee with Michelle Allen in the morning, the day I was leaving, and she walked into the coffee shop with her friend Melissa, and we were sketching, and she came up to us and she's like, "Are you artists?" She's so sweet. And we're like, "Yes, we are." And we're just having our coffee. It was so early. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. Just, you know, nothing changes when I go on holiday, at least. I love getting up early. And she's like, I knew it. There's so many artists here in San Miguel. And anyway, we got chatting, and they were there for the writers' conference. They were so excited to see and meet Margaret Atwood. And so we chatted and we exchanged Instagrams, and I've been following her ever since. And yeah, so she's super sweet. Anyway, she's writing a book with her friend Melissa. I'm not sure exactly what the book is about, but I think it's going to be released either this year or next year. So I have these two images, and this one is going to help me just basically ground her and know where to put her shoulders, for example. Although everybody's shoulders have been off a little bit, so maybe I will put her shoulders off so that I get a bigger image of her face. How are you, Nick? Good morning, or good evening for you. We're here an hour early because I have to take somebody to the train station this morning. And my coffee, that was the first sip of coffee. Thank you. It's so nice, and the first sip of coffee is always the best, isn't it? Especially when it's hot, because sometimes I think I need to put hot water in my cup to heat my cup up. Do you guys do that? I don't usually do that, but I think I may start, because I was making a coffee and I realized that I didn't exchange the pods, so it was a bad coffee, so I threw that one out. And then I made another coffee. Okay, let's get this. And also let me know what you're doing today, both of you, if you are working. See, I feel like you've been awake for a while, so. And then Nick, I'm going to send out a little note to everybody who's coming to Italy, because I need to get together. I want to do a drawing session. I want to get a painting done of Hotel Leone to get all excited about going, because it's not long now. So I'm going to be contacting you to see when you can, because I know that you're on the other side of the world and it's not easy. Okay, I think let's have a look, because in this one she's smiling and in this one she's not. I have a few. And this one, I do love her hair, so I'm going to put her hair in this one. So I'm going to switch a few things. I'm going to blend these together. And I know her hat is going to take up a lot of room. I mean, if you're an outdoorsy person, gardening is the way to go, isn't it? For a job. I think I should go right in with color because I think I'm the blending of the two images. Okay, let's get nose. She has like the biggest smile. You know, I did not even check your elections, Nick. I apologize. I was speaking to somebody just the other day with, I think it was the day before your elections. Oh my goodness. I apologize. Did they go your way? Or should I ask, are you happy? Good morning if you're joining. Oh, okay. That's good. C says she's art and sewing. And Nick, I am happy for you and your country. All right. Now with her smiling, I know with the glasses it may be a little bit difficult, but we're going to try. Let's get her bucket hat on. I'd like to put flowers on the hat as well. Yeah, so this is Alicia Blas, and she is firmly planted on Instagram. You have to, I don't know if she's got a YouTube. She may have a YouTube as well, but you have to go and check her out because she probably helps the flowers grow because of her energy. And you'll know what I mean when you'll go and see her. Okay, yeah, definitely have to bring this down. Doing a lot of erasing this morning, but that's okay. I'm going to get some color on her face and then put some flowers on. I almost want to do this backwards and do her face first. And I may collage her glasses in. That may be a good idea. I woke up with my hands being so sore this morning and I have no idea. But as soon as I like wake up and get showered and stuff, like then it seems to be okay. Oh, and I have to remember to go and take Piper out at 6:30 quickly. So I may be gone for 5 minutes or 2 minutes just. Okay, I need more space on the side of her eyes, so this is where the whole spacing thing comes in, making sure the spacing is right. It's kind of easier with color than just line, and I've grown to love doing that more, like filling in with color than line. So if I'm just doing a line drawing, then I like it, but if I'm trying to figure out shapes, definitely love color a lot more. So today is the 8th of May, and tomorrow is the 9th of May. Stating the obvious. No, I wanted to say that I can't believe we're already a third of the way through the month. And tomorrow's Nanette's birthday, but we're going to be on Zoom tomorrow morning. All right. This is going to definitely be better. I should have just started off doing this. Nick, are you a big gardener? I know C is a big gardener. I love that you guys are on together this morning. Nick said, we had the same government returned with a big majority and she's happy. And C said, yay, Nick. And Nick says, some similar sentiments involved as in your election in Canada. That's great. C says, Alicia, it's Blas, not black, B-L-A-S, but that's okay. Shows a lot of ladies, but I don't think they are your... No, because it's not Alicia Black. It's, look up Firmly Planted. Her Instagram is Firmly Planted. Don't look for her name. Look for Firmly Planted, like right here. Yeah. Nick says, no, I'm a terrible gardener. Oh, I'm so happy that there's another terrible gardener, because I'm such a terrible gardener. I don't know. Maybe I just don't spend enough time in the garden. It's, you know, I think it's like with everything. It's like with painting, like with cooking. If you spend more time on it, then your garden will give back to you. But yeah, I don't do that. So I don't think I've drawn anyone with teeth. I mean, everybody has teeth that I draw, but teeth have never come into the equation in this series. Of course, I've drawn teeth before. Okay, gotta get her eyes level. Notice how I'm going very light with, and I've figured out that by doing this technique with these newer colors, I can still erase. So if I need to erase because something's just quite not right, it's a possibility that I can change it up a little bit. So okay, our flowers today. Let's go back to our flowers because they're beautiful. Now I feel like I can move this up a little bit around, just make it slightly more of an oval, because this way I get a little bit more of a background. Elvira says, good morning, you're earlier today. It's the same time here. The hours change. No, I'm joking. Yes, I can't even lie. Yes, we're earlier. I put a note in the Patreon, but I think it gets lost. As soon as somebody else says something, it just gets lost. I have to drive my daughter somewhere, Elvira. And everybody's going to be like, you were earlier this morning. It's okay. Luckily, these are recorded. Hopefully it doesn't conk out on us. Okay, the beautiful irises I'm going to put in the background, and then these ones I'm going to have here in the foreground, I think. Oh, shall I do that, or shall I do... No, maybe I'll put these in the background, because then I'll have the purple down here. No. I'm going to put the cactus... Sorry. I'm going to put the cactuses in the foreground. They're cactus flowers, and she's down in LA, and I think it'll be nice to have cactuses on her shirt. So, oh, cactus flowers. And I could do this in marker, couldn't I? It'll probably be more consistent with what I've done. How are you this morning, Elvira? And Nick says, I can't grow anything and I do not care. Oh, Nick, really? You don't care that you can't grow anything? Do you think if your boys were into gardening, then that would have gotten you into gardening? Like, I know that this is too dark, but that's okay. I'm going to lighten it with my neo colors afterwards. I don't know, I feel like sometimes our kids, depending on what they do, may influence. Don't you think? Like, influence our like love for something, or not getting into something else. Or maybe our spouses. Elvira says, fine with me, love watching you any which way. I'll start drawing at the regular time. Have to sew the hem on my new jeans. Nice. Jeans are really hard, aren't they, to find like good jeans? I find it very hard to find good jeans. Jeans that I love. Like, I will wear, that's one thing I'll wear jeans down to the ground, because I'll find a pair and I have like 5 other pairs, but I don't want to wear the other pairs because they don't fit the same as the pair that I like, even though I go and try and buy the same pair in a different color. There's always one that is like a favorite. I don't know if you guys have that as well. So when you find the one, you should buy lots of colors, and that I don't usually, because jeans are not cheap either. Jeans are quite expensive. And I feel as our body changes, we have to change our jeans as well. I definitely have noticed that. I I think iris could be one of my favorite flowers as well. Irises. So these are in honor of Carolyn's mom. She loved irises. They could be actually Carolyn's mom's irises. So I'm just simplifying these right now, and then I will probably use Neocolors just to go in a little bit. Sorry, Elvira, the lady who I'm painting is called Alicia Blas, and she's on Firmly Planted on Instagram, and I met her in San Miguel de Allende. I went for a coffee in the morning with Michelle, and we were sitting there, and she came in and she's like, you guys must be artists. And she was there for the writers conference, and she was seeing Margaret Atwood, and we chatted for about 10-15 minutes, and she was just very, very sweet, and we exchanged social media handles, and I've been in touch with her ever since, and she's lovely. She's one of those people who you're like, oh, I could spend a lot of time with this person. She's passionate about what she does. She's a landscape gardener down in LA, and she works on big gardens with her crew, and she just looks like she has the best time. Anyway, her Instagram account is so fun. Like, she is a great character, and she has the best glasses, which I have to put on here as well. Nick says the whole household is not very interested in gardening, and we don't have much space in our garden. And yes, you grew 2 boys, which is great. And we have low maintenance native plants. Well, that's good. Elvira says, I got the ones with wide legs. Reminds me of my young age. I have some like that too. Elvira says, I love the low maintenance with plants too. Just sit and enjoy the view. Nick says, exactly, Elvira. Good morning, Julie. Nice of you to be... Oh, I'm not leaving, but I am going to be back in 5 minutes. So you guys continue. Well, probably not 5 minutes, but I just have to do something very quickly. One of them involves waking up my daughter. Back in 5. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. I'll probably be less than 5 minutes. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm back. Sorry, Piper had to, she had to go out. Good morning, Piper. Hi, everyone. I am back. All right. Are you still here? Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? Hi, Reb. Yes, it's an hour early. I have to drive my daughter this morning. Hi, Melissa. I'm early, yes. Sorry. Waiting for friends to come have lunch before they all leave for their hike for a few days. So I'm feeding them. Oh, that's so nice. Are you guys working on a flower? So I'm working on both flowers of today. I guess we had Carolyn's beautiful irises, which I haven't finished yet, but I'm going to get some flowers down here with the cactuses as well. So I like that. So this is a portrait of a lady who I met in San Miguel de Allende, and she was so much fun. And she's a gardener in LA, and she which probably isn't that easy. It's like being in Arizona, but she does a lot of she's like a landscape gardener, landscape designer. And so she has a lot of gardens that she's working on. If you go to her page, Firmly Planted is one word, and that's on Instagram, and you can see all her beautiful creations and works that she's been working on. Anyway, I've been in contact with her since Mexico, and I'm like, when I was thinking about gardeners to do and people who I know, I thought she would be perfect for this. Okay, I'm just getting some, I don't have all my colors here, but I'll get some of them out. I kind of want a bright, I feel like I want a turquoise behind, or maybe I'll put a turquoise hat on her. Shah has to go out, thank you. Julie says, no flowers for me yet. I might sometime later in the month, but it's been busy. Yeah, you know what? We can't do everything, so it's okay. And I appreciate you guys joining. I actually, it's funny because when I first started moving over to here, I didn't love YouTube as much as Instagram. And I did my live yesterday on Substack, and it reminded me of Instagram. But I love this format so much better, and I feel the quality is so much better. I don't know, what do you think? Melissa, I know that you're on YouTube. It feels different, doesn't it? So this is, let me go back to my image of, this is Alicia, or Lissa, I think it's Alicia. Alicia, I'm going to change her hat. I'm going to put some flowers on her hat, but it's going to be monochromatic. And maybe I will mimic the, I'm going to mimic the irises. Sorry, I couldn't think for a second. With the shapes. Melissa says, hi, Elvira, haha, no hangover. Oh, Rev says, Piper's tippy tapping scared me. Could you hear her feet? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. Yeah, I need to trim her nails. That's what I need to do. You can still hear it though, because we have hardwood floors down here. So, okay, so this is the main petal, and then I'm going to use this color for the other. Is it going to show up? No, that's not going to show up because I'm going to have to use purple. I was hoping it would show up. So I have to take my daughter to the station. Although I went to wake her up and she's like, do I really have to wake up now? And I'm like, well, we have to go at 7. She's like, oh. So I thought she was my early bird, which, you know, right today really doesn't make sense, or doesn't seem like it's true. Okay. I may have to shift. These don't really look like flowers because they're not the same color. I know what I'll do. I'll work a little bit with new colors on them as well. It's just going to be my made up one. These are colors I don't usually use, so that's kind of nice, fun to do different, using different variants of colors. Okay, I know that I have more markers somewhere. Where, I do not know. Maybe in this one. Melissa says, I haven't tried. Oh, yes, here they are. Here they are. Now I found them. Melissa said, I haven't tried Substack Live yet. I don't think I ever really did IG Live. So, yeah, it's not, I don't know. I don't love it as much. Like, I love being able to see who comes on. Because right now, here, I don't know, you probably can see how many people are on. There's 13 people watching and a handful of you are chatting. Whereas, and I don't know who else is on. So with Instagram Live and with Substack Live, you can actually see who joins. So that's something that I can't see here, and this pen is running out. Why do markers do that? That's one thing about markers. If you're thinking about, you know, materials being sustainable and lifelong, that's why I think I like watercolors. They just, you know, they're there for life. They dry, if they dry up, they're supposed to be dry. So that's, I like that about them. Not impressed with this. Okay, I did want to get green in between the irises, so I'm going to do that. And this one also. OMG, I do have another one of this. I have to go through my markers. Okay, this one's better. I have to get new markers for my trip in October. I love sketching out live, like en plein air with markers, because they're quick. You can really capture things. They're not messy. I do like them. And Julie says she made a pâté en croûte and salade frissée and œufs mourettes. What are œufs mourettes? Are they like stuffed eggs, or are they like, what do we call them? They have a name. I know they have a name. Hang on a second. I gotta give Piper some food. All right. Julie will hopefully answer us. Oh, it's poached eggs on a yummy sauce. Ooh, love. You sent a picture on Instagram. Oh, I'll have to check. Sorry. Did you send it yesterday or this morning? These flowers are so pretty. So pretty. I wonder if even the cactus is going to show up. I have some very dark, I need like a light. Maybe I'll bring this color down into here. This will be my cactus, and then I'll add some new colors over the top. How are we doing for time? 10 minutes. Probably won't get this one complete, although I'll give my daughter 10 more minutes. Hopefully she's awake. So there's a lot more calm when my kids are in school. She came back for the night yesterday because we went to see their old high school end of year show, their dance team. It was great. It was fantastic. But, you know, they have plans and go out with their friends. And then she's like, I have to be back in her town that she lives in by 2 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, well, you got to get up early because it's a 3.5 hour journey to get back. So that's why I went up to wake her up, but she doesn't. And then Piper woke up, so I had to take her out. But she doesn't sound like, it doesn't, I can usually hear footsteps and it does not sound like there's anybody awake. So it'll be a fire drill. It'll feel like, you know, having young kids again. Okay, I just want to see how, I do have this light color that I may, yeah, that's going to be pretty. Oh yeah, okay. Let's just move over here. Okay, Julie said she just did, she put it on. With markers, it helps sometimes to put the tip in water for some seconds to get them right. Ooh, well, I'll do that. I'll try that, Elvira, before I throw them out. Thank you. I have never heard of that one, but I will try instead of throwing them out. These are pretty, like I've been using them. I use markers quite a lot, so. And markers and neocolors, markers under neocolors is wonderful. Wonderful, I love it. I think neocolors are just great in general, especially over anything that's a dry surface and a flat dry surface, gouache, markers. But you can really, you know, the layering is there. I really like that. Okay, so I did want, there was a color that I wanted behind these, which was more of like a teal. So I'm going to put that in here for her hat. Oh, and also get, not that one. I think this is what hurts my hands though. The little pinchy little pieces of Neocolors. And then in the morning, my hands are like screaming and saying, why are your little pieces of Neocolors so little? Because they're hurting my hands. So this is a lady who, her name is Alicia Blas, and she is a wonderful, wonderful character. Like you can really see her, just her love of life and what she does as soon as you meet her. Like she's just, yeah, she was someone very special. So I just wanted to celebrate her and her passion in doing this portrait. Okay, that looks a little bit odd, but we will work with it. I need to get back to her. No, let's go back to these flowers down here, and I'm going to get a bit of a pink in. Around here. Some shaded areas. Okay, I missed something about Melissa. Melissa says, plus I get a bit of money here. Oh, from the ads. Melissa says, it's not much, but it keeps me in my art supplies. Yeah, I think you have to have over a certain amount of followers and hours that it has seen, like people have seen your get to see your work, or visible hours, I think it's called, something like that. And I'm sure it helps with having art hang party. Okay, these don't really look like cactuses. Is that better? Try to create a little bit of form by just, like, you have to use these markers so that they give you the idea of, for example, little spindly bits. without making it overly complicated for yourself to do. And then I need another color behind here, which I think I'm going to go with this color. Because I have to keep the petals nice and light. All right, a little bit of yellow in those flowers. Oh, I didn't do this one down here. Let's put a little bit of that and a little bit of green. Not that green. Maybe that's too bright, that green. Let's put the yellow first. Oh, Julie says, I would play the mean mum here. About getting her up. Oh, okay. Oh, Julie says, the dish is a very Lyon-esque meal. Natty, hi. Shah, do you think the little Neo 2 pieces would fit in a clutch style? Well, I don't have one for my Neo colors. I need to get one. I tried like these other cheap clutches and they don't fit. So I can't do that. But yeah, I do need to get an actual Neo color one. But then you know, you have to like take it out, put it in, but it would help, I think. I am early, Julie. No, I'm early. It's because I have to leave to take my daughter to the station, and I did go and wake her up, but I'm not sure if she's actually awake, so it's not going to be pretty when I go up and try and wake her the second time, because she'll literally be walking out the door with, like, you know, whatever she has on. Okay, so I'm going to darken this a lot. I'm going to go back to the picture that I have of, this is Alicia Blas from Firmly Planted, and she's not just some random person, I promise. I met her in San Miguel de Allende, and she was just lovely, and so I've been following her and chatting with her a little bit on the net, and yeah, she's just a lot of fun. She makes her posts a lot of fun, and her passion is gardening, and she's a landscape designer and works in LA, and I just love her fashion sense, and she has all these funky glasses. So I thought, oh, she'd be fun to do. So that's why she's getting her portrait done. So I'm just going to get a little bit of, I think her eyes are blue, so I'm going to get those in before I put, and I know they're going to be, it's going to all be very dark here, so maybe put a little bit of light blue. Oops, that was dirty light blue. A gray, maybe. A gray. And then some darker areas on her face, and then I'm going to go in with my 14B just to get some detail in. We have 7, oh no, it's 7:03. Okay, let me just message my daughter and say that I'm going to be 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to go back to her here. Let's just get a little bit of shadow on her hair here. In her curls. I don't want to put too much in, but the shadow from her hat should be here as well. So if I'm not going to get this completely finished, I will finish it later. But at least I got a lot of it done. Well, this side is much darker. And then her glasses are going to give a little bit more of a darker shadow on her face. A little bit of shadow on her neck. Okay, 14B. What time is Melissa? What time is the train? It's not until 8:06, but it takes, because it's rush hour, it usually takes 20 minutes to get down there. But I don't want her to be late, so yeah. I told her we were leaving at 7. Well, I know that it's, you know, we have a little bit of time, so. A little bit, not much. Just want to get her eyes in so that it looks a little bit like her. Thank you for joining. I know it was very last minute last night. I'm like, oh, I have to tell people in our chat, and I should have told everybody on Substack chat. I feel like I need to make a thread for like, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a thread for chat, a chat thread. So if anybody gets stuck with like Zooms on Friday and Monday, that they can just chat there. But then, you know, I know that finding the chat is also the issue. No, I'm sorry. This is the fun part, right? The fun part is the whole, like, just bringing it all together with the 14B. I'm basically using it as like a glaze over the top, just to create some form. I could use other colored pencils as well, but I think my whole technique and process in this is kind of using these tools, and it's nice to use a certain tool over and over, because you find out how you can actually use it. So if you guys are okay with that, then I'm probably going to be sticking with this. I mean, I may switch to paint a little bit, but okay, this needs to be in shadow. Okay, well, I'll come into her curls later. They're going to take a little bit of time, but you kind of get the idea. And then I'll darken also her top. I have things falling down around me, which I don't know why they're falling down. All right, everyone, I have to go, but thank you so much for joining. Hi, Hippo. I know, I'm sorry. No, it's just for today, Hippo. I have to take my daughter to the train station, and it's like, it's right at the same time as I usually do my live. So like, it's now basically. So I started at 6, and I had a little bit of a break in between because I had to take my dog out. It's just one of those mornings. So I thought I would start a little bit earlier and get it finished, but I didn't get it finished, so I will finish it. I'll finish it later. Maybe I'll pop on for part 2 and finish it so that you can see it being finished, but I can't promise anything. So, but this is Alicia Blas, and she's a landscape designer, gardener, and she's down in LA, but I just wanted to celebrate her because she's such a fun spirit. I have to fix her mouth as well. I don't want to do too much with my 14B, but yeah, so I thought I would celebrate her and her gardening. Thank you, everybody. Hippo says, Natty, still can't use my left arm, but no migraine since yesterday, which is good. That's good. Yeah. Melissa says, very few things make me feel anxious, but a time crunch is definitely one. I'm sitting here like, you have to get going. I'm going. It's all good. Thank you, Carolyn, and thank you for the beautiful. I'm going to be fixing these, and I will post it later, and get it finished. But yeah, thanks for joining, everybody, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow morning if you're coming to our Zoom. Have a good day, everyone. Take care. Bye.